Hello everyone and welcome to loot from 250 Bloodraven in Diablo 2 demo. Since she's the strongest monster of the area and the quote-unquote boss of the demo, I thought it would be fitting to do some runs of her, especially since I want to have the hottest Demo Barbarian ever seen. In hindsight, that wasn't the best decision, but I'll talk more about that later. For now, we are starting with level 6 and a little over 3000 gold, and the gold is very important since in the future I predict using guild services will be my source of the best obtainable loot in the area. And since Bloodraven always drops a superior item which sells for a lot, I think that is a good idea to do some runs. So with all that said, let's jump in and I hope you'll enjoy. I began with shopping for fast run walk boots, and even though each gold piece counts, I decided that this one purchase is pretty necessary, and finding them in stock only took a few minutes. Here's the first kill of the grind, and with the stats and gear that I had, those first kills definitely took some time. On run 3, I found the monster shrine, so you already know what's going on. Cheers. On run 7, I found my first gem, which was a chipped diamond, and gems are really important to me since we can theoretically upgrade them up to perfect rarity using gem shrines. Now, I'll be talking more about gem shrines later, but for now, one interesting piece of trivia is that gems in 1.04, which is the version that the demo is played on, don't actually show you the exact stats you'll get for socketing them in your gear, just some vague descriptions, but they do seem to follow Diablo 2 classic stat line, so I will be basing my numbers on that. On run 11, on my way to the burial grounds, I looted a rare scepter with a cool -2 monster defense per hit mod, which boosted my damage considerably, and on the same run I also leveled up to level 7. On run 22 I found my first gem shrine. Sadly I only had diamonds up to that point and I really wanted to use it on topazes, but well, I just couldn't let it go to waste. And now about gem shrines. So first and foremost, everything I'm about to say about gem shrines I learned from Mr. Llama, so shout out Mr. Llama. Anyways, gem shrines actually cannot spawn in the demo area naturally, since the shrine generation checks for an area level, and the minimum area level to spawn a gem shrine is Stony Field. But there are two ways a gem shrine can actually spawn in the demo. The first one actually revolves around the same area checks, so let's say for example a shrine spot in the Cold Plains wants to generate a shrine, so it goes through a list and it picks randomly, and let's say it picked a poison resist shrine. Can this shrine spawn in Cold Plains? No, the earliest it can spawn is in Dark Wood, so it rolls again, and if it rolls an illegal shrine 8 times in a row, it just lets it spawn there as a kind of safety mechanism. So as you might imagine, picking 8 high-level shrines in a row is pretty rare, and having the roll fail 7 times and the 8th be the gem shrine is even rarer, but it does happen. And I do have some photos of me encountering some other shrines I shouldn't be able to. But thankfully there is another option. There is a shrine in the game called Shrine of Aeneas, and it was supposed to reverse your character's name, and it was scrapped shortly before the game release, and as a workaround, the developers set it so that if the shrine rolls and it lands on spawning the Shrine of Aeneas, it just moves 1 lower on the list, and thankfully, luckily for us, the 1 shrine lower is a gem shrine. Sorry for the interruption, editor pre-searing here. Turns out I was a little wrong on the specifics. If we take a look at the shrines.txt file, we can see that shrine 1 below the Shrine of Aeneas is actually a portal shrine. So it doesn't look at what's next to it. I think the developers used some kind of a pointer or something towards the gem shrine. Anyways, we still can get a gem shrine because of that, and I think that's the important part. So if the game wants to spawn a Shrine of Aeneas, which can spawn in the Cold Plains, actually it can't because it was removed, but you know what I mean. If it rolls to and it picks the Shrine of Aeneas, it automatically spawns a gem shrine, and that will be the most gem shrines we encounter. Back to Bloodraven, 2 runs later, she dropped a superior mace, which I initially skimmed over since it's just a white item, but it was actually a decent damage upgrade, and I was really glad I was able to sell the scepter since it netted me over 2000 gold. I put my new weapon to good use, and on the next kill I got up to level 8. On run 33, I found Gem Shrine number 2, which upgraded my Flood Diamond to a regular one, and just 2 runs later, I found another Gem Shrine, so it got upgraded further to a Flawless. And on run 76, I found my 4th one and became a proud owner of a perfect diamond in the Diablo 2 demo. Now, the only thing left is to find a piece of equipment worthy of such a perfect gem. Level 10. At this point, I was slowly realizing that doing Bloodraven as my first grind on the demo was a pretty bad idea, and I would be much better off just doing literally anything else. Running for 1 minute just to kill one monster was terrible for general gear upgrade, and that needed work the most. And while it's great that she drops a superior item that's amazing for the money, I would much rather have the money when I'm actually gonna gamble at higher levels. On top of that, I believe she will be the last monster to actually give any experience in the demo, so it would be much better to do her while I'm at higher levels, and first actually do runs of monsters that at this point are slowly starting to no longer give experience, but alas, if I started this, I want to finish it. The video was supposed to be 1000 Bloodraven, but after thinking about it, I decided I'll just be better off doing 250 and then spending my time running something else. After 133 kills, I went to sell my drops as usual and found myself at the gold cap, which as it turns out is 100,000. I could stash the gold, but the stash also only holds 100k. And I googled it a bit, and it seems like the gold carrying capacity is 10,000 gold per level, which tracks because I'm level 10, and the stash gold cap increases by 50,000 every 10 levels, with an additional huge jump of 600,000 at level 31. I don't think it's possible to reach level 31 in the demo, so for our purpose it's gonna be 100k, maybe 150 way down the road. And on kill 139 I got up to level 11, and the first thing I checked was if the gold cap increased, and yes, I was able to carry more than 100k. On run 145 I got my second perfect diamond, still no other gems. On my way to the Bloodraven I passed by 3 shrines, and on run 160 I got an amazing shrine distribution of 1 monster shrine and 2 gem shrines. And clearing around them, I also found a ring with 29 attack rating. On kill 191, I found a blue scepter, which was a considerable damage upgrade to the mace I was using. On run 201, I shrined my way up to my 3rd perfect diamond, and since the most socket an item in normal can get is 3, I'm now done with diamonds forever, so I decided to put some chipped ones in my throwaway shield and to sell the rest. On kill 205 I leveled up to level 12, which will be the last level up of the video, and during every single level up I put points into vitality just so I can get a little more stamina. But I think that from now on I will be putting all of my attribute points into either strength or dexterity, just so I'm able to wear any item I might gamble in the future. On run 219 I found another gem shrine, and this time I decided to just roll the dice and get any other chipped gem because I was so tired of getting diamonds, and I managed to get a chipped amethyst. And I was really lucky, and I was able to get it up to a perfect amethyst just before the video was over. And before we move on to the final kill, I wanted to talk about this weird RNG occurrence, I don't even know how to call it. I got this drop from Bloodraven. It was a chipped diamond, superior two-handed sword, and a blue scepter. The thing is, I got the same exact drops many times, and the first time I got it was really cool. The second time it was weird, and from the 3rd time onwards I decided to save every footage of it, and it was the exact same every single time. I think I got it 10 times in total. The mods on the blue scepter were different, so it's not like exactly the same perfect RNG, but it still was really weird. And finally, it was time for the final 250th kill, after which I quickly celebrated and we can move on to the summary. And I believe it's best if we do the summary as a live commentary, so 250 runs of Bloodraven was supposed to be 1000, but oh well, just wrong order. I should have been doing something else first and Bloodraven second. But 250 runs, we started with about 3000 gold and I'm at 176,000 now. So that is a big boost, but in the context of gambling later, that's like 3 rings. So Demo is pretty ruthless in that regard. I also leveled from level 6 to 12.5. I suspect it will slow down tremendously. At level 12 I get like 3 experience per monster now, so it will only get much slower from here. I managed to get 3 perfect diamonds, that's pretty cool, and a perfect amethyst. I'm kinda hoping for topazes. I don't know if they give magic find in this version, but if they do, that will be my main thing that I would like in my armors. And I also collected all of the choking gas potions I got from poison shrines. I can buy them, but 80 gold per one, so they are very expensive, and it's really hard to come by any area of effect damage as a low-level barbarian with just tier 1 skills, so those will definitely be useful in my future grinds. I already have something in mind for them, but yeah, they stack up to 10 in one slot, so that's like 95 that I managed to get in 250 Bloodraven runs. I also got some minor gear upgrades, but since Bloodraven mostly drops superior items, they weren't all that great. I guess if we do some cave runs or mausoleum or crypt, we should get some pretty good loot soon, and of course the end game will be getting to some higher levels and gambling for some magic items, for some rare items, possibly for some unique items, although that will require a lot of gold. Alright, so thank you everyone for watching, hopefully you enjoyed. I did, although by the end it started getting a little boring just running 1 minute to kill one monster, so I hope it will be a little more interesting if I do some other runs, but for now, thank you for watching, hopefully you enjoyed, hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.